Sometimes as a special need parent, you are faced with decisions like this. Let's get into the video, shall we? Hey family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Autism Mom, and on this channel we talk about autism and everything in between. If you'd like to be part of the family, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. So the topic today is that sometimes we as special need parents are faced with the task of our child being put into a group home for their safety and our safety, or we keep them home and both people get hurt. Because we're not gonna sugarcoat as if some of these meltdowns are not harmful to the parents or to the child itself. On this week's episode of What Did Ramsey Do Now, he had such a bad meltdown that he flipped over the teacher's desk and then he tried to attack her. You cannot, some of my special need parents understand what I'm talking about, but if you're not a special need parent, you cannot imagine the feeling that you're having, like, oh my god, I don't want him to hurt anybody else's kid in the classroom, I don't want him to hurt the teacher, and most of all, I don't want him to hurt himself. Ramsey's going so tall and so strong now that he can push me and pin me to the wall. But I've seen some parents on TikTok that have had these struggles, and these are their decision was to put their child in a group home. So I've heard about it, I had some ideas of what it is, but I wanted to know firsthand what a special need parent that has to make that decision, what it looks like, what it feels like, what does a group home look like, you know, those scenarios. So let me show you what a group home situation can look like. This is Sean, and Sean is in a group home, and this is what his room look like.
Sean, what do you think of your new room? Show me. What do you got in here? You got your magazines. Show me. Show me. What else? What else? You have a nice note. Oh, extra blankets. We're gonna make a mess. Okay, we'll clean it up when we're done. Thank you. Do you have a beanbag chair? Yeah, they wrote you a nice note. Look, look, look. Here's your dresser. Where's your stop sign? Where's your stop sign, Sean? Are you trying to show mommy? You giving me a tour of your closet? Yeah, we don't need a jacket, but thank you. Where's your stop sign? Right behind you. Stop. Stop. Right? You're gonna grab the phone? Yeah, that's your body wash. Is that good stuff? All right. Well, thanks.
I think his room is pretty awesome, and it gives parents like me a good feeling that there's still a sense of independence. I know not all group homes are safe and secure, and that there's some that are your child can be abused and be in danger, but they're not all like that. And as a parent, when you go through these things, this is a decision and a risk you have to take. Now, I feel like we shouldn't be shaming parents that have to put their kids in a group home, because sometimes the situation at home can be very unhealthy and very violent. Here's a parent showing us how her situation looks. So putting a child in a group home doesn't make you a bad parent. It's more about safety for both parties. Now, group home is not for everybody, and some parents have put their kids in group homes and they have faced abuse. The child has been abused. So here's a parent telling us about what happened in her situation.
Thank you for your question. The reason why my son isn't in a care home is because his previous care home broke down and he was abused there. He's been in and out of care homes half of his life and he's experienced abuse, neglect, and therefore we decided that it would be in his best interest for him to stay at home with his family. He is more comfortable at home. He's made so much progress. If you were to look at my other videos, you can see the progress that he's made. Thank you.
So as you see, not all group home situations are safe for the child. And if you as a parent can take care of the child at home without being in any physical danger, I say go for it. I've seen situations where parents have made a small or tiny home in the back of their home, which was one of my goals if Ramsey became independent enough. But if he's not independent enough and getting more violent or harmful, he will have to get another option, which will be a private group home. So here's a group home worker, and she'll show us what her daily tasks look like in the group home, so we have an idea of how things are governed in a group home.
So I work with autistic adults, and this is what I do every morning. I go to each one of their rooms and check on them, just to make sure they okay. Part 2.
Here's a parent who said she was one of those people who always judge special need parents for putting their kids in group home, and now she's singing a different tune. So let's listen to what she has to say.
I was one of those parents who used to think that people who send their kids to these group homes or residential living facilities were just quitters. How can they do that? How can they give their kid away? But as time is going by and my son is getting more and more challenging with the years, and medication doesn't seem to work, behavior therapy doesn't seem to work, it's getting more and more difficult for me to hold on to that idea. And so I feel terrible for judging those parents, because I'm pretty sure they've tried their very best. They did their damnedest to keep their kids at home, because yeah, we do love our kids, but there comes a point where we just can't provide for them. Sometimes we do more harm to them than help them. They learn to manipulate the situations. They learn to get under our skin. And if we don't remove them from our environment and get them the help that they need, a professional help, where there's staff, where there's doctors and nurses on site, then we're not really helping them. And we're just going to live a life full of resentment, restrictions, and suffering for them and for us. It's been several weeks now that I've been dealing with the behaviors on a daily basis. I've had to give him more medication to keep him on a sedated state, which I don't like to do because that's not life. He's become obsessive with buying things, constantly buying things. He has to shop every day, a stuffed animal, and it's gotten out of control. And we spent hundreds of dollars on getting him stuffed animals. When we say no, hell breaks loose. He starts getting aggressive. He starts hitting us, and we are just tired. I ended up having a nervous breakdown not so long ago. His dad had to take him over the weekend. He had to call the ambulance, call the police. We took him to the hospital to get him calm. And it's just, we can't, after a while, it's just like, okay, when is it going to be enough? It's been 22 years and I've tried my very best. I so many different kinds of medication. Right now, we're parked in a parking lot waiting for him to settle down, which what settles him down is a timer and music. But we've been driving around for hours. He insists on me taking him to these stores, and I refuse because it's too much shopping, too much money, and we're not rich people, and it's not healthy anyway. So I've started my search for group homes with a broken heart, but his father and I decided that maybe it is best for him. And we're hoping that we can find a good place for him. I wish it wasn't this way, and I hope that things change, but in the meantime, I have to at least put him on a wait list until we get there, until things change and see what happens. So I'm praying for him, I'm praying for us, for guidance and for protection.
So I just wanted to make this video to tell you guys that sometimes parents are faced with these hard decisions. No parent wants to put their child in a facility or, you know, not have their child with them. But just like your kids that do not have special needs grow up and venture out, we as special need parents would also like to see our kids grow up and be independent and venture out. But when it gets to a situation to where it's so harmful, the child is self-harming or harming the parents or harming themselves, we as parents need to take other measures before it gets worse. We don't want to come on here with a black eye, a broken rib, just to show you, oh, my son had a meltdown and this is what it resulted into. No. We want to get a handle or get a grip on the situation before it gets that far. So let me know your opinion, what you think about having no other option but to put your kid in a group home for your safety and the child's safety, and what your perception of a group home is. What do you think about it? How do you feel about it? Have you ever had to do it? Let's get that discussion started in the comment section down below. And thank you for always supporting me. Hey, Miss Esther, I'm not gone, I'm still here. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you for always being a supporter of Autism Mom and Travel. Until next time, bye.